Hello, hello, hello. This is Will from Say How You Feel, and we're back with yet another video talking about what you need to do to start your t-shirt business and grow your t-shirt brand. Stay tuned.
Don't come back tomorrow. Don't come back tomorrow. Don't come back tomorrow.
You are the star in my head, baby, 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 You are the star in my head.
Okay, so we're back. So let's see if we can make this happen and talk about what you need to start a heat press transfer or heat press t-shirt business or a heat press business. And I say heat press business because let's just be honest. Your heat press can print so many different things beyond just uh t-shirts or jackets or apparel. You can print coasters, you can print mouse pads, you can print bags, you can print let's see, you can print keychains, you can print pretty much anything that's flat. You can print plaques, you can print just array of things that you can print to create opportunities to make more money. Okay? So let's get into this. The first thing you need to understand about doing starting a heat press transfer business, you got to figure out what size heat press you need. I have a 9 by 12 right here. I have a 16 by 20 there. I have a 16 by 20 there. And in another room, I have a 15 by 15. So I have three different transfer, one, two, three, four different heat presses that all do different things. I use them at different times. The 9 by 12, a lot of times I use with kid shirts. And I will use it for an adult shirt because it's 12 this way, wait, this way, and 9 going this way. So I'll use it for an adult shirt because it'll fit. Anything, definitely anything from a small to a possibly uh two, probably 2XL, 3XL. It won't fit. Okay, so most designs, like if you're doing cricket, think about it. If you have a cricket or a silhouette, like I don't know about cricket, so I'm gonna do a silhouette. If you have a silhouette, right, which is one of the ways that you can create t-shirts. So the mat is 12 across. So this is the heat press is 12 across. You're not gonna cut the whole 12. You're gonna have some shortness of it. So across, if you're doing a design that is just 12 across and maybe 5 or 6 down, it doesn't matter. You can do any size t-shirt you want, because it's still not gonna go any longer than 12 across, and it's not gonna go any lower than the 9. And you can press it one time and be done with it. So the size of the press needs to be based off of what your needs are. Who is your target audience? If you're doing just kids, the 9 by 12 is all you need. You don't need to go higher than that. Because the majority of the time you're not going to use it for to do bigger pieces, so you might as well save your real estate for something else. When I mean real estate, I'm talking about the area you have to work in. So you have that. Then you have the other thing you have to look at is not only space but finances. Now, I'll be honest with you, my 9 by 12 heat press was more expensive than my you for that one 9 by 12. I think I paid, let's see, for my one of my 16 by 20s I paid maybe $300-400. $300 some change. Another one I paid about 5, almost 6. But that 6x12, I think I can't remember what it paid. I think it was about $400 or $500. I can't remember what the 9x12 is. It's the pink one. I have to look it up. I'm gonna look it up maybe, and I put the link in the description. But but I do a lot of bigger T-shirts with a lot of bigger designs. Like I just did a order for one of my wife's organization, and the design was 12x12. So I was fine in one direction, but I wouldn't have been fine in the other had I used that press. But in the midst of that, I had another order, which I had that I did, which was the second time I've done this order, and I did these designs. And it would have fit on the 12. It fit on the 12x12 press, 9x12 press, with no problems. So it has its benefits and it has its drawbacks. You just have to figure out, as far as heat presses, what works for you. What do you want to do? What do you want to deal with? And I'm gonna put some pictures of some heat presses up in this video. The next thing you have to do is figure out your designs. Figure out the place you want to get your designs, the different places you want to order your designs. Do you want to order designs? Do you want to put them out yourself? You see right there, I just had those were super colors, but I've done them in DTF as well. You have sublimation designs you can do. You have inkjet transfer designs you can do. You have plastisol transfers you can do. And they all have different mediums. I'm gonna show probably some examples in this video at some point. So, but the designs you have to figure out where you want to get them. Do you want to create them yourself? So, if you want to create them yourself, you need a silhouette. You can, if you buy a silhouette, it comes with a proprietary. I want to say proprietary is the word I'm looking for, but it comes with a software that goes with silhouette. I use Silhouette primarily because it's the closest, and I also use Photoshop. And they're kind of similar. If you can work one, you pretty much should be able to work them both. You got some people who like Cricut because it has its own software. I have a USA cutter. It has its own software that I can create designs in, or I can pull a design in and cut it out. However you want to do it. So the question becomes, what do you want to get your designs? If you know how to work the software, you can create some designs yourself. If not, you can always go to Etsy and buy your designs. You can with the heat press transfer. With the heat press, you want to get a printer, be it sublimation and inkjet transfer, in order to do full color transfers and things like that. So you definitely want to have that on deck to make that happen. Now, the wording I'm going to use is, for lack of better words, if that makes sense. The cheap ways to print a design. And I say that because a lot of people knock it. A lot of people do not like it. But I stand on my thought process that it has its purposes. There's this product called inkjet transfers. Inkjet transfer is the best thing out there to print a t-shirt. Depends on what you're doing. If anybody tells you, oh, you don't want to use that, it's cheapest, yada, 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 get a good quality transfer, and it will serve the purpose that you need it to serve. If a person only wants one or two t-shirts, or they want a full graphic picture t-shirt, they want the Unbootsy RIP t-shirt, or whatever it is, and it's last minute, person died today and the funeral is in 48 hours, you don't really have time to order DTF transfers, or you may not have time to print the transfers out. So, bottom line, inkjet transfers will get the job done. Would I start a t-shirt line with inkjet transfer? No, but they're not designed for that. That's not what it's for. You can make a mock-up with it to kind of see what your design may look like on a shirt before you go order 60 or 50 plastisol or DTF or whatever, trying to something Mason, whatever you're gonna do, you could definitely use the inkjet transfer to kind of run a mock up to get an idea. But if it's not depending on the shirt, I'll be honest with you, I sell a lot of inkjet transfers on Etsy. I put it in the description. It is what it is. They know it's an inkjet transfer, and I get great reviews. I have no people love the shirt. I mean, literally get on there and say, "Hey, I love the shirt. Came perfectly. Came on time. Came quick." They love the shirt. I get no negative feedback about my quality of my shirts. So that being the case, what people have to understand is you have to learn your mediums. You have to learn your printing methods and when they're beneficial and when they're not. I know some people who do not like inkjet transfers. They'll send them to somebody else or they won't worry about it. Just be like, I don't do those. So it really has to make sense. I know, be honest with you, I know a young lady on TikTok who does inkjet transfers, but does not like different types of other transfers, and I'm gonna get into that in a minute. So they say you can do a full color design. This is an inkjet transfer light, right? So this is gonna go on a white shirt or a light color shirt. Works perfectly fine. It's a light color one, so some people don't like them. To me, I think they both serve their purpose, and they both work great. So that being said, those are the cheap ways to do a t-shirt, but they work perfectly fine. Don't let people tell you that they're not beneficial. You will lose a lot of money worrying about what other people think about your business. The other thing I want to talk about is the different types of transfers. So let's get into what I was going to say a few minutes ago. She loves inkjet transfers. She teaches people how to use inkjet transfers. She teaches people how to make money with inkjet transfers. But she does not like 15-cent transfers. So let's just be honest. This is a 15-cent transfer. This came from F&M Expressions. I use them or I use Transfer Express. Transfer Express. Transfer Express is my favorite one. If I'm going to get multiple colors, I'm going to Transfer Express. If I'm going to get multiple designs that are the same, I'm going to Transfer Express. That particular design, I had that color, I had a white color, I had another design that was also white and royal blue. It was pure white and royal blue. So it was 4 designs in total for that order. Because of that, I did not want to put myself in a situation where I'm ordering 4 different color transfers and I don't know how many I need of each. So I wasn't going to spend large amounts of money on transfers when I know that's a great quality, as long as you're getting the single color transfers. If my design is good, then it'll hold. It's fine. It works just perfectly. If the design is bad, then it's really out of luck. Now, this particular shirt I have on is a screen printed transfer. I paid $1 for this transfer. It was a stock transfer from another company. This shirt, as you can see, is old as Methuselah. This is old, like old. This is maybe about 5 or 6 years old, something like that. I can't remember. You can still tell the design is there. It just looks vintage. Everything breaks, everything cracks, everything breaks down. If you're thinking that it's not, get that out your head. That's not going to happen. So, the different types of transfers you have inkjet transfers, light and dark, sublimation transfers, which goes on primarily light and substrates. It goes on white, light, and substrate products. Inkjet transfers go on cotton, polyester, things of that nature. You have vinyl transfers. Vinyl transfers is great. Vinyl, you got a vinyl cutter, you can make a lot of money with them. 1 color designs, boom, 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 boom. If I have more than 20 of the same designs, I'm ordering transfers. If I got more than 12, if I have 12 to 25 designs, I might just screen print it myself, especially if it's a 1 color. I use my 4 color press. but that just depends. If you don't have one of those, if you ain't got one, don't get one because it's not necessary unless you really finna get into screen printing. But otherwise, I cut it out in vinyl, keep it pushing, be done. You think about it. You take a sheet of vinyl that might cost you $4. If you do your design right, you can pull at least 2 designs off of it. That's $2. You got a T-shirt that's roughly T-shirts don't went up. So say if you go with a black shirt, it's like 3 and some change. Say 350. So you at 550. 550 for the T-shirt, the transfer, and the T-shirt. That you're gonna sell for at least $20. So you're still at $14.50 for what is it? $14.50 profit. You take your time out. I might charge $4.25 for the $4.50 for the time, and then the $10 for profit. So your money's there. It's theoretically it's there. It just depends on your T-shirts, how you buying them, your vinyl, how you buying it, how many of the same design you're cutting. Once you learn how to cut in inches and learn how to break it all the way down, you'll figure out how to make more money out of each roll of vinyl. Like I said, you have screen printed transfers. Screen printed transfers are beautiful because it's a screen printed product. Instead of screen printing directly on the shirt, they screen print on a sheet of paper. And once they screen print on the sheet of paper, bada boom, bada bang, you press it on the shirt. I do mine usually about 400 just because. So you press it about 400, take the paper off. I press it a second time, make sure it's really in the fiber, and boom, you're done. You just made a screen printed shirt without the husk, muss, and the fusk, and all the mess. So it has its benefits. What other transfers do you have? I said you got screen printed, inkjet, dark and light, sublimation. You got DTF, Supercolor DTF, pretty much the same. Digital transfers. Transfer wise, that's about it. If I had to put my hands on my idea, vinyl, but that's about it. Those are all the heat transfers that you're gonna get. So I said I would. So let me give you a good idea. Since it's the end of the video, what is a good starter package? A good starter package would be and I normally don't suggest for under $500, but a 15 by 15 heat press, a Cameo or a Cricut, and a a decent Canon printer. And I say that because Canon printers, you can probably get one from Walmart for like $50. Now, if you want to upscale that, stay with the cutter, Cameo or Cricut. I don't use Cricut. I use only Cameo. Get you a 16 by 20 press for no less than $300 to $400, and get you a 13 by 19 inkjet transfer printer, Epson, preferably Workforce, or a EcoTank Workforce 13 by 19 printer, and that might run you closer to $1,000, but it'd be worth it. Well, EcoTank definitely gonna run close to $1,000, but you can get a 15 by 20, heck, 1,500. If they still got them, I think the 1,500 may be like $200, $300, $400. Is that? Then you start talking about, well, I think it's like 400. So if it's 400, I'm gonna have to put the link at the bottom. It's like 400, I think, about $400, and you have the cutter. That's another 300 roughly. So let's say 7 plus the press. You're a little over 1,200, but you can really, because I think the printer is like 3. The one I got is 3. The printer I have is 3. The cutter is 3. The press is 3. So you're at $900. So at the end of the day, that's a great starter package. That's a great, product. You can make some money with that. Either one, whether you go with the $50 printer, the cutter, and the 15 by 15, or if you go with the 16 by 20, the cutter, and the $300 printer, you're gonna make a decent amount of money. You can make some change as long as you're promoting right, putting out great quality products. You're going to make your money. With that being said, please like, share, subscribe, and please, please, please keep saying how you feel. Peace.